AGGRO Drift is the new movie by Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine, for film bros like me, nothing short of a legend. I could go on and on about his filmography, how much it's influenced me and the culture in general. I find Spring Breakers still to be the best movie A24 has released. But I don't want to get too off topic. This is about AGGRO Drift. It had a notorious premiere at the Venice Film Festival last year, which spawned a bunch of walkouts, people claiming the movie is this hip-hop oriented video game-like non-movie. I was able to watch it at the New York Film Festival a couple weeks after, and I was able to see it again tonight with Harmony Korine in appearance. He donned this neon yellow looking shiesty, which it's like Harmony is 51 years old, like no one's doing it like him at his age. And despite aficionados being a bit polarized about this new effort, I find it pretty awesome. I also don't buy into the idea that AGGRO Drift is a non-movie. It's pretty cinematic. This movie was shot entirely in infrared with thermal cameras from NASA. Just like Spring Breakers and The Beach Bum, we're back in Florida again, South Florida, and it's no debate. Besides the Florida project, Florida has never looked this way on a movie. The look of AGGRO Drift looks like this underworld that you would play on a video game, with a main assassin who is all the way OP. Our assassin is played by Jordi Mollá, who gives a little less of a performance, but follows the instructions given to him. And we follow our main character taking down one target after another, culminating to this target that looks like it could be his toughest one yet. In terms of story or structure, yeah, AGGRO Drift doesn't really have it, but in terms of experience, this movie is unlike anything I've ever seen, and for that reason alone, I think it's worth it. The music here by Arab Music is really insane. Like, we're used to this producer to be straight hip-hop, but AGGRO Drift has these mesmerizing ambient soundscapes. Travis Scott also shows up as a character in this movie. He kind of gives off this mantra: wake up, do it, go to sleep, do it, always do it, or you'll be done. And the main assassin character gives these very verse-like statements: I am the greatest assassin alive. I will end you. No mercy. There's also other characters who appear in this movie that give commands or statements that feel very NPC-like. A lot of the time, it's really funny. So while I don't think Korine could skate by the non-movie allegations, I guess you could also say AGGRO Drift is almost like a visual poem. Because you can't say that this movie's about nothing. To me, this movie's about a person who does his job, takes care of his family, and loves his children. Yes, he's an assassin, does dirty work, but you can insert our assassin with any other kind of professional. You could simply replace him with Korine himself as a filmmaker. He's maybe a little bit tired of making normal movies. Maybe he's ready to retire, but still, he knows he kills. He knows people are waiting for him. It's the ambiguous nature of this movie that works so well. It also doesn't overstay its welcome. It's about 75 minutes. So with this being such a crazy experience and a concept that could apply to just about anyone, I find this to be a pretty satisfying movie. My big complaint though is the action scenes on this movie. Yes, it is somewhat of an action movie, but that's never really been Korine's foray. While watching this movie, you can't help but to wish, what if this vision was done by a Chad Stahelski or Gareth Evans or John Woo? But this concept would never exist if it wasn't for somebody so rule-breaking like Korine. Overall, it might not really work for everyone. It works for me though, and after 2 viewings, I'm happy to see this movie again. I really enjoyed the experience of AGGRO Drift. I would give AGGRO Drift an 8.0. It is currently on tour and it will be playing in select theaters May 10th to the 15th. If it's near you, go check it out.